Okay, guys, on this episode, we're going to be discussing another of the little lesser known differences between the Fiero from 1988 and every other year. We're going to look at the interior. So, why don't you guys just follow me along and we'll take a look at the interior of my car here. As soon as I unlock the door. Now, we're going to take a quick peek at a few of the differences between the 1988 Fiero, for better or worse, some of these differences, and every other year. Now, one of the main differences you'll notice is this dot matrix decoration on the radial bezel, shifter, auxiliary gauges, and the instrument cluster. All of these panels have a 1988 only pattern, as every other year had metallic tones on all the bezels. The 88 was the only one that had this dot matrix pattern, which makes it a little tough to find parts when you need them and you want to restore an 88. Now, one of the other things we have is our map pockets. Unlike 86 and 87, the 88s did not get the decorative Fiero emblem sewn into the map pocket. We just got the plain old map pocket. That's all it is. Which, kind of a bummer, because the other one looks really nice. But apparently they chose not to do that for 1988. Now, we take a look at our seats. Again, I have the cloth seats in mine. But for 1988, you'll notice that there is no Fiero emblem or stripe sewn into the seat. I guess just another item that they decided they weren't going to include in the 88 car, which, in my opinion, was a mistake, as the 86 and 87 interiors with the sewn in Fiero emblems actually look much nicer. Now, as far as most everything else in the 88 Fiero, it's all pretty much the same, other than interior colors, which came in the saddle brown and this gray, I think it was called medium gray or charcoal gray. I forget the exact name of the color. Other than that, everything else is pretty much the same. All the instrument orientation, the shifter controls, the mirrors, power windows, all the same. The one big difference for 1988 in my particular model is the addition of the T-tops. 1988 was the only year to have T-tops offered as a factory option, as the T-tops that were available in previous years were done by Cars and Concepts, which is a company that built the T-top cars pre-88 on their own, not for General Motors. But in 1988, they were contracted by GM to redesign the tops and offer them for the 1988 model year Fiero. As you will note, one of the major differences between an 88 Fiero T-top and the previous years are the seals. The 88 seals are different than what's on the Cars and Concept designs that were available before 1988. Now, as far as you may be asking, where do you store the T-tops? Well, they're carried in the trunk, right here inside these bags that are supplied with the kit, and strapped in, let's get our cleaning products out, through heavy-duty straps which are bolted to the trunk floor to prevent them from moving around. As this is pretty much the only space in the Fiero that you really have to carry the T-tops. Now the T-tops were installed similar to every other year. You cut the side rails, install a center support, attach all your seals, your trim panels, and you're pretty much done. Now, while the T-tops are a great option, and I love my T-top car, you do lose a little structural rigidity, as the car was not designed for T-tops. So, as most vehicles that have the roofs cut off that weren't designed for it, you do have a little bit of cowl shake. Not much, as the fiero structure is incredibly stiff, but you do have a little bit. So, unless I'm forgetting something, I think that will be all of our major options and changes from the 1988 model year that were different than every other year available in the Fiero. So there we go, guys. Stay tuned for the following episodes, which will cover a few other things that make the 1988 Fiero quite a bit different than every other. All right. I will see you on the next one.